This is Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social. I'm delighted to be joined by Rafa. See, when you were just saying to Coogan then, you were like rattling off who your favourite channels were, and I was thinking, when's Boxing Social coming?
Boxing Social. I watch them all, to be honest. Even what's Michelle No, I do. Because wherever someone's saying something, you click it, don't you? But what's Michelle Joy Phelps one again? Behind the Gloves, yeah.
But most importantly, Boxing Social.
Boxing Social, yeah. Who's second out?
Now we're just going around in circle. I'm giving these channels clout on our channel.
Right, so Boxing Social, let's go.
Yeah, look, I'll just say before we start this, personal level, like I just said to you off camera, it's an absolute pleasure, and I know that you're a man who loves his boxing, so thank you for making the time to speaking to us.
No problem, my brother.
Look, let's get into it. We're here, Bivol Ramirez. There's the card going on in the background. This is it when you're in the world of media. You know, we don't get a chance to watch it all. But how come you're out here, man?
I've been living in Dubai for 1 year and just been doing like a little bit of property and investment stuff and just trying to do a few little flexes for my kids. So they can basically, when they get a bit older, they've got a few more things to fall back on.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Look, let's go into it. We won't sort of go into this card as such because by the time this interview's out, everyone would have seen the results and whatever. But I know that you're a massive boxing fan. Where did it all start for you?
I think my granddad was a boxer, but when I was young, I used to go to St Mary's ABC in Chatham, in Kent. So, and my mate Charlie Rumble, he used to box. So basically, it's like I used to go and watch like the small shows, you know, like amateurs and da-da-da. So that's really where it is. And plus, like fighting in the playground is the beginning of it, isn't it?
Cool. Some old school bad boy days.
You know what I'm saying? Fighting in the playground and but yeah, like I even actually see Bugsy Malone. He done a bit. He done a bit. Yeah. He done a bit.
Yeah, and he was saying how much he loved boxing. I know he's mentioned it in his tracks and stuff.
Yeah, it's a sick sport. You know what it is? Imagine a fight in the playground, a fight on the street. Everyone's tearing into each other, basically. I feel like boxing is a safer way. And I see a lot of the times like people say like, it saved this one's life, it saved my life, it got me out of being in trouble on the street and shit. So I respect it even more now because obviously it's a dangerous sport too. But if it can change someone's life and give them discipline and like take them off of any bad path, I respect it even more for those reasons.
Controlled violence as well, which is always...
Controlled aggression.
Yeah. Look, let's go into the heavyweights. So I've just rubbed shoulders with Andy Ruiz back there. Anthony Joshua's here.
Don't lie. Is he there?
Yeah. So that's where you'll be running after this one.
Ruiz. Oh, listen, Ruiz, mate. Is he going to fight Wilder?
Well, that's what I just spoke to him about. He just said basically he's quicker and that he'll be able to close that distance. And he also said, he believes in Wilder's power, but he personally thinks that he can take it. And I suppose he has probably got one of the best chins in the division, but can anyone take Wilder's power?
Yeah, I see Wilder. I see him the other day. He's back in here. I think I told. Yeah, I did. I think Andy will do well. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I think if Andy, who did he fight last time? Ortiz. Yeah. I think he could have got him out of there much earlier. I think he had a bit of respect for him, so he didn't take him completely out of there. But I think Ruiz will do very well against Wilder. I don't know why. I think if he throws them wild ones over the top, might catch him. Yeah. And I think with Wilder, I know they say he's got like one of the hardest punches in the division, or if not the hardest. But I think Wilder is I don't think he's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Like I think he's like a launches with that big one. Yeah.
Puts everything into it.
Yeah.
Look, let me ask you about Tyson Fury. I've just seen you speaking about it now. Just firstly on the Chisora Trilogy, it's had a lot of criticism. Look, he's got his reasons. He wants to be out towards the end of the year, but then people will say, why didn't you allow more time for the Anthony Joshua fight, which I suppose is another thing that we can go into. Yeah. But just on that Derek Chisora Trilogy, what do you make of it?
I understand that people want what they want, right? And if they don't get it, they will moan. For him, he promised Chisora a payday, right? Yeah, he promised him a payday. he might not have even give it to him with that promise, but obviously he's promised him a payday. They're old pals, and I know like a proper boxing fan who loves Fury. Even they might love Chisora. They're thinking, you beat him twice, why are you fighting him again for? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people are a bit more upset because they just wanted the AJ one, didn't they? So they're going to throw their toys out the pram. They're not going to like look at it as, okay, this is boxing. If two boxers want to fight each other, the business has to be done. If the business doesn't get done, that can prevent the fight. So I feel like people are they're going to moan, ain't they? Like if you're a proper Tyson Fury fan, you'll be like, why are you fighting him before? Why are you fighting him? You've done him twice already. You know what I mean? So for me, I understand the payday bit. Like, I'll give you a payday. And I also understand people, like fans, if they don't get what they want, they'll, you know what I mean? So I reckon Fury's going to beat him again, though.
Well, on the fans front, what did you make of the back and forth between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua? Because I was interviewing Eddie and I was interviewing Frank, and at one point I interviewed Frank and he said like 90% chance this fight gets over the line. Yeah. Obviously a lot happened in that. Yeah. And I think the teams themselves, well, when I say teams, are promotional outlets, were quite... Yeah. Convinced, and like everyone I spoke to on Matchroom side spoke really highly of working with George Warren, and everyone on like the Queensbury side was actually quite, which is like the first time we've seen that in years. Bit of a shame really that it didn't all pan out the way we wanted.
It is a bit of a shame. I don't think it was to do with the promoters as such. I think Fury offered him an olive branch. I think Fury wanted to be the one who's in control this time round. So
maybe a bit of a bluff, do you think?
Not a bluff. Remember when he's come back from, he had time off and he's come back and he wanted to fight Joshua, and they wouldn't kind of give him, they wasn't going to be 50-50, and they wouldn't, and he couldn't really he felt on a level playing field, and they felt like, well, you've been out of the game for 2-3 years, we can't give you level playing. So then he's gone, he's done what he's had to do, he's gone to America, he's beat Wilder 3 times or 2, and the first one was a draw. So I think now he's come back like, right, now I'm the guy. Listen, right, my turn, you've just lost. I'll offer you an olive branch. Take it or leave it. You know what I mean? I think he's not dangling a carrot, but he's done it to let them know that when I wanted it, you didn't want to be fair. Now I'm in control. 60-40. You know, like, I think he just wanted. Did he want to show that now he's in power? Something like this, I think.
And I think also where obviously Tyson had that win over Klitschko, he became the top dog and then had a bit of time out, and then AJ was his top dog, and I remember AJ sort of went quite vocal on Fury over the years, and I suppose you're right, maybe it could have been a bit of a power play from Fury, just to sort of say,
just like, when I wanted to fight you, you didn't really want to be. Now I'm in power, I've beat Wilder, now you do what I want you to do. You know, like a bit like that. Because I see Eddie and George Warren getting it, you know what I mean? Getting along, and
really good discussion.
You know what I'm saying? So I even see Frank Warren at a time, and he was like, he bet Tyson 10,000 that he'd get it done.
Look, finally from me, Anthony Joshua, he is here tonight. He's put out something and he said, look, he wanted to be at the end of this year, but mentally, I think he sort of prepared for that Fury fight and had that hope it would happen, and now he'll fight on his own terms and when he feels ready. Since those sort of that first ever defeat to Ruiz and now the 2 Usyk defeats, people have questioned him mentally and his sort of mental strength. Do you think that that's something that he may be battling with now, that may be even harder than the physical battle of getting back into the ring? You know, you have so many world title fights on the run, and he was built to be this sort of like unbeatable wrecking ball, and then it sort of within his last 5 fights went a bit downhill from there, and no fault of his own. You know, he was in some great contests, but it did change. What do you make of it all, and what do you think the mental toughness is there like it used to be, you know, when he was that bulldozing wrecking machine?
I think he's still the same guy. I just think that in boxing, like AJ, he is. I'm not saying every boxer has to taste defeat, right? But as a boxer, you win some, you lose some. Whether you're amateur, whether you're in the pros. You know what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes it's just not your night. No matter who you are, you know, whether it could have been AJ, could have been somewhere. And I still think he is mentally tough. Like, I see some people say the losses can make him, like, go away a bit and da da da. I don't think he needs to go away. I think he is I think he's more mentally tough than we actually give him credit for. And I saw like where people were talking about when he had an outburst in the ring, and basically like, if you're doing something and you're winning and you're getting the belts and you're having a good time, and then it kind of goes wrong, one fight, then you go back, you revenge and you beat Ruiz, then you carry on and then you fight Usyk, and you lose one time, you lose twice. I think he just wanted to beat Usyk, like he doesn't hate Usyk, he's got respect for him. I think it's just like, okay, you beat me that time, I'm come to beat you next time. But Usyk was a better fighter on the night, so I don't think he's, even the outburst, that's human. He was just being, sometimes we get upset, or if it doesn't go our way. I saw that I think Lomachenko was saying to him, listen, don't worry man, you're still great, and he's like, well, so I think the human, because when you're in the public eye, you've got to like not keep it squeaky clean, but you've got to be, like, you can't have outbursts, basically. So I think that outburst just showed that he was human, and I do think he is mentally tough. I don't think a loss for him would make him mentally weak. I think he's still mentally strong. I just think that wasn't his night, and neither was the other night with you lost to Usyk twice. It's not a bad thing. Like, Usyk's good. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he should don't worry about that. Like, we win, we lose. I think he should keep going. I think he's going to get back to winning ways.
Well, Wiley, thank you very much for speaking to me at Boxing Social. I'm sure we'll chat and rub shoulders off camera. But yeah, yes. Appreciate the time, brother. Nice.